Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the 4% Entrepreneur Show. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Vic Strazius, if you guys are just tuning in here. And twice a week, Tuesday and Thursday, we're getting together here, regardless what's going on, right? And we're talking about ideas, strategies, mindset, what we can do today to take our business to the next level. And today, what up, Austin? Okay, good to see you guys. Jenny, we're on 4%.com. If you guys are on YouTube, welcome. If you're watching this, feel free to head over to 4%.com, click on air. That's where we're hanging out in the comments. If you guys are watching it on YouTube, we are streaming on YouTube as well, but I'm not sure how long we're going to keep these on YouTube or whatnot, but we are going to be storing every one of these episodes. So I think this is like 16th or 17th episode that we're doing consecutive here on this show, and we're planning on going for as long as, hopefully as long as we're around, because there's plenty to talk about. The landscape of marketing changes a lot, especially nowadays with, some of the things that's happening in the industry. I think it's very important for us entrepreneurs to be in the loop of what's going on, to stay connected with the latest, to be on the cutting edge, right? Mentally, knowledge-wise, and that's how you win. So today I want to talk about three keys. Okay, make sure I can see you guys here. Okay, 3 keys, you guys. I want to talk about 3 keys to engineering success. We'll keep it simple, we'll keep it light, but I promise you, it'll be $1 million idea for you, just like in every show. I try to get you, an idea that can be worth at least $1 million for you. Maybe not immediately. I don't expect somebody to just hear this idea and all of a sudden tomorrow you become rich, successful. It doesn't work like that, right? But it's like that plant. You put the seed in the ground and you got to water it, and as long as you nurture it, you water it, you take action on these ideas, man, you can have a beautiful garden growing up for you. And it's very easy. Right now, you guys, it's easier to win than ever before in business. From what I see from, if you just take a look at the landscaping of marketing, landscaping of different industries, it's very, very easy to win because most people are taking the road of least resistance, especially in our industry, especially in online marketing, among, internet marketers, right? Affiliate marketers, network marketers, direct sales people. Everybody seems to be taking this road of least resistance, and that's cool because it just, it's not cool for them because they're going to lose, but it's cool for people that understand what's going on, right? And how do you win? How do you monetize what's going on in the industry? How do you make yourself stand out? It's very, very easy, okay? Three keys to engineering success. By the way, success gotta be engineered, okay? It will not happen accidentally. It never happens accidentally. Never, ever, ever, okay? We've got to engineer success. Is this live? Yes. Sachin is live. We are live. Well, if you're watching this, we are streaming live. If you're watching this as a replay, then obviously it's not. Okay, but we are live right now, okay? 3:04 Central Time, 4:04 Eastern Time. Okay, so you guys, key number 1, I'll get straight to the point here. I don't want to take a lot of, talk a lot about this kind of stuff, but it's very, very important. When I do shows like these and some people are like, Vic, just give me the point, right? Give me the point. What's the point here? What's the point? Well, if I give you the point, a lot of people miss it, right? So sometimes we have to kind of pre-frame and I want to make sure that I deliver to you this information in a way that if you're watching this, right, if you're ready for this, you'll be able to not only get it conceptually, but it would be delivered to you in a way that you can act upon this idea, okay? And I always say, one idea can make you a millionaire, man, okay? Here is what's happening. You guys, right now, if you want to engineer your success more than ever before, right? Number 1, what we need to do more and more deliberately than ever before in the history of marketing, in the history of existence of your industry, right? Your company, doesn't matter, okay? Is we've got to do this, okay? We've got to accelerate your learning. Okay, my handwriting is terrible. Accelerate your learning. I hope I spelled that right. Okay, we've got to accelerate our learning right now more than ever before. Okay, with the sea of information being thrown at us, when I say accelerate your learning, This is key number one. Nothing happens without that, okay? Very, very important thing. And here's what we got to do. We've got to understand, we've got to be aware of what kind of stuff we got to learn about, okay? So the 4% is a concept of elimination, right? It's a concept of leaps and bounds. So you go from being the 80%er, the 80-20 principle, you go to that 20%, but then there's the 80-20 in the top 20. So 4 people out of 100, okay, see 96 people out of 100, statistically, these people are grinding, they're watching YouTube videos, they're getting bombarded with all this information, and they think that they're learning, they think that they're acquiring, they're surfing Facebook and all this stuff, and they think that they're learning, right? And so they're like, oh man, I'm investing in myself, I'm learning and all this stuff, but really what they're doing is they're just wasting time. Okay, so we've got to be very strategic about how do you accelerate your learning in areas that are most potent for what it is that you're looking to do. Okay, so I'll tell you. Okay, what up, Austin? What up, Miles? What up, Sophia, Phyllis, Yvonne? Okay, great seeing you guys here. Ibrahim, hi. Okay, we are live. This is a show where we're talking about how do you engineer success. Okay, if one person watching this will take these ideas to heart and just really run with it, I guarantee you'll be able to do some really, really significant stuff. Okay, now what do you learn about? Okay, what do you learn about? Unless you're selling light bulbs or like pencils or like, I don't know, like wires or something like that, or anything that's like a commodity type thingy, maybe tables, or maybe even running a Shopify store, maybe e-commerce store, right? To where there is no you don't have to be the face of your thing, okay? If you're dealing with people, which is like most of you guys watching this show, okay, you'll fall into that category. So affiliate marketing, information marketing, educational products, if you're selling opportunities, if you're selling, if you're building a team, if you're working with people, okay? The first thing is I've got to accelerate my learning in self-growth. I'm not going to talk too much about it. So self-growth. Here's what I mean by self-growth. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to talk about like personal development too much, but it is one of those components that you cannot leave out, okay? So your income will grow to the extent that you do. So when I'm talking about self-growth, here's what I'm learning about, okay? There's a whole industry, it's a multi-billion-dollar self-personal development, self-growth industry that's out there that we can live in that environment, right? So you can live and just constantly absorb all these motivational videos and watch all these YouTube videos and go to conferences and you can spend your entire life on a full-time basis every single day, okay, just on self-growth. But that will not move you a step closer to where you really want to go, because at the end of the day, all that leads to you having a result in your business, okay? So everything we're talking on this show is centered and kind of revolves around an entrepreneur, right? So entrepreneurs, there is a what we do, there is a reason behind what we do, okay, which is to move products, to make a difference. And why do we do that? Is of course you're doing that because you want to create a certain lifestyle for yourself, for your family, whatever it is that you're doing. So that's like that surface level desire, and what that gets you is the ultimate lifestyle, right? So it's like what we do is a means to an end. Okay, and now there's different layers. There's going to be surface layers, surface level desires that we do, what we do and the reason why we do what we do. But there's deeper levels. Like if you really love what you do, I see myself doing nothing else except what we're doing now, with the 4% because I love it. I see this as my legacy project. So my deep, my core desire here is I really believe that we will be creating a movement within the entrepreneurs, arena here, or environment, community, unlike this industry has ever seen before, right? Now, we're gonna do that. Obviously, it's a lot of work to be done there in that area, and it's gonna take a lot of collaboration, a lot of cooperation, a lot of connections, a lot of bringing entrepreneurs together and all that stuff, right, which I'm aware. So the steps that I'm doing now, right, they're laying the foundation. They're getting us closer to realizing that vision. So whatever your vision is, okay, that self-growth has to be aligned with that vision. So it's not just about getting you pumped up in the morning about the day, and then you're like, all right, what do I do next, right? So here's a couple of keys I'm going to tell you in the self-growth category under Accelerate Your Learning, which is the first key pillar okay, in engineering your success. Here's what I'm talking about. Set yourself a dedicated time, okay? For me, I'll tell you this. It's 30 minutes to an hour every single day, okay? 30 minutes to an hour every single day. So you don't find yourself constantly living in that world right here, okay? And then you got to be deliberate. You got to filter the information that you're gonna allow into your head, right? When it comes to self-growth. For me, at the stage where I'm at right now, okay, again, different people are going to be different stages, okay? Some people need more motivation, some people need more inspiration, I'm at the stage, for me, self-growth comes with like vision, okay? How can we take what we do now, how can we, 10x that, right? How can we build this vision moving forward? So for me, I spend, about 30 minutes to an hour a day, usually when I'm working out, right? It's, that's my time, right? Anytime when I'm driving, I've got these things right here, okay? I got my earbuds. If you guys know me, if you see me anywhere, right? I've got this thing going on, right? I got them in my ears, and I've got my college in my hand, right? And I'm learning. So I'm watching, right? I'm listening to people that are playing their game at the level far, 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 far bigger than I am playing my game at right now. And, okay, I am getting information in this concept here as it relates to vision, as it relates to building out, right, from other industries. Okay, so what I see, okay, Johnny, good to see you here. Okay, so what I see, you guys, all right, what I see is a lot of entrepreneurs, okay, they're swimming in their little pond. Okay, so if you're part of a company and the only thing that you're plugging into is whatever is being taught in that company, and again, most people don't realize that 96 people out of every 100 in any company, any given company, they will be regurgitating the information that they learned from somebody else or they heard from somebody else, and it's not, you don't know how good that is. You don't know the source that it's coming from, right? 96 people out of 100, they're failing. They're mediocre. They're average. Okay, their results are less than $100 a month, income-wise, right? So a lot of that is going on. So you want to make sure that you understand how much time you're going to dedicate towards this, okay? Because you only got 24 hours in a day, and then based on where you want to go, okay, you want to filter out information that will help you. Now, for me, when I was getting started, I'll tell you this: a lot of beginners here watching this, this show, so I can tell you guys about me. When I was getting started online, okay, I was at the phase to where I needed to build belief in what I wanted to do, that I can do it, right? So we're going through different phases, okay? So you might go from like phase 1, which is like belief, okay? Then maybe you go to phase 2, which is like inspiration, okay? Then you go to phase 3, which is like faith, maybe, right? Faith building. Then phase 4, maybe action, motivation, okay? Then so we're gonna progress. So you're gonna be like, if this is a timeline, if you will, right, or like a progression, depending on where you are. I started out here. My situation was I was at about $2,000 a month, okay, working for somebody else. I wanted to do this online marketing stuff, okay? I did not have faith, okay? So everybody starts out somewhere here, and most people are going to be starting out here. So my first thing here, and I was failing. I borrowed $20,000, actually $30,000 from a friend of mine early on, okay? And I've invested 20 on marketing education, had no clue about any of this stuff we're talking about here. Marketing, traffic, conversion, sales, nothing. So I blew through $20,000 of it, had zero sales coming in, right? And the feeling that you get that comes with it is, I wouldn't wish it on anybody here watching me, right? It's terrible. It's heartbreaking because you don't know, you have zero money coming in, you're in that desperate situation, which is a lot of people. So for me at that time, my self-growth was in building my belief. How did I do that, right? I would tune into rags to riches, like anytime when I had a free time, right? When I was when I was not working, when I was on a commute, when I was morning, evening, whatever. So I would watch people that have overcome tremendous adversities in life, in business, right? just tremendous adversities health-wise, and they became victorious, right? How they persevered. That kind of built my belief in myself. See, I tuned out, and depending where you're going to be at, you got to tune out everything else that doesn't support that particular faith. Does that make sense, everybody, right? I don't want to take too much on this. Okay. Let's see, Fran. Hello, Fran. Good to see you here. Okay, and then, right, so then you go from like, you know what, I don't believe I can do this, and then you watch all these other people who have overcame a lot worse situations than you are in. Then you're like, dude, my situation is not that really bad. I mean, thank God I'm in good health. At least I've got that going for me, right? I've got a family, that going for me. So you start to build these legs, to your table, if you will, right? That support that, you know what, it's not, your situation is not that bad. That's the first and foremost, right? So next, you kind of progress into the inspiration. You go from like, I don't believe it, to where, well, somebody else can do it. You get inspired. So then you're like, all right, that guy did it, so you're watching it from a little bit of a different perspective, right? And so again, how much time are you going to dedicate depending on where you are, and then you progress. Now, for me right now, right, we're at the point where we want to create, create legacy, right? So legacy, and so right now for me, I'm still following this process, but I'm just in a different spot on this timeline. And guess what? This timeline will never end. It will never stop, right? It's never-ending process, okay? But knowing where you want to be at, like for example, if I'm just an affiliate marketer, right, and I'm gonna listen to people who have built, for example, I'm just starting out, right? I've never had my first breakthrough yet. Okay, financially, I don't know what it's like to be, from earning $2,000 a month, for example, and we are talking about money here because, hey, we're all entrepreneurs, right? That's what entrepreneurs talk about most of the time, because that's your scorecard in business. How well are you doing, right? Is money. So if you have never earned $30,000 in a month, for example, okay, your first thing should be, okay, how can you grow yourself? Because your income grows to the extent that you do. So what I see some people who are making mistake with this is they're like, all right, I'm going to listen to people who have built a Facebook, right? Mark Zuckerberg's, and I'm going to take a look what these giant billion-dollar companies or trillion-dollar companies are doing right now, and I'm going to implement that in my business right now. Okay? And so because there is such a disconnect, okay, they never went through this process here, there is such a disconnect, your subconscious mind goes, you know what, man, forget about it, right? So we've got to trick our subconscious mind into steps, so break it down into steps for you, or milestones, right? And then focus on that deliberately, consciously, because whatever you feed in your conscious mind, your subconscious will pick up on that idea, and your income will naturally grow, right? So if if this is your timeline, right? So your income will grow like this, okay? And then you get to the point where you're like, dude, I want to make my difference. I went from whatever that number is to whatever that number is, for you, and on that journey. So you want to segment your self growth, okay? But again, put a time limit on it every single day. Very important, okay? So let's go to the next one, okay? What else? What else do I want to learn about, okay? The next thing I want to learn about is my industry, okay? So let's say if I put 30 minutes on it, okay? 30 minutes to 60 minutes, okay? 30 minutes to 60 minutes, I'd say no more than that, okay? Because you don't want to spend the entire day just living in the rah-rah land, if you will, right? Because it's easy to get sucked into that environment. So you got to be very deliberate, okay? Make sense, everybody? Yes, so far? You have to do your mental push-ups, that's right. Okay, Phyllis, yes. Okay, so check it out. Next thing I'm going to learn about, okay, accelerate your learning, strategic learning, is about the industry that I'm in. Very, very important, okay? Your competition doesn't do that. Most of your competition doesn't do that. Okay, I've got to do that, because if I'm a part of a particular industry, information marketing, affiliate marketing, I've got to know what's going on. If I'm in real estate, I got to know what that industry is doing. If I'm in insurance, financial services, financial products, I've got to know, I've got to be on the cutting edge of what's going on in that industry. You guys with me on this? Makes sense, yes? So industry is really, really important. If you want to engineer your success, again, your success will never happen accidentally. It will never happen just because you joined a company or somebody sponsored you into some deal, right? It will be a very short-lived, maybe flash in the pan if you're lucky, okay, at best. But most of the time, it probably be, goose egg. You see what I'm saying? So I've got a dedicated time to learn about my industry. Have a plan, okay? So 20 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, and literally put a timer on it, okay? Put a timer. You have a breakdown of your day. You have structure, okay? When you have structure, okay, then your mind doesn't get overwhelmed. I think a lot of people fail before they get to any of the other stuff I'm going to talk to you about, before they even get to this second or third pillar, because I think we have so much stuff being thrown at us, and unless we really create a plan for our day, right, we get overwhelmed. And when you get overwhelmed, everything is in your head, okay, you feel overwhelmed, and so you don't take action on anything. Then you find yourself being busy or think that you're busy or productive. At the end of the day, you're really not, you haven't done anything. Okay, so what I found for myself to be working really, really well is you take whatever is in your head and you put it on paper, right? When you take whatever, I've got to do this and I've got to do this, and you just literally just put it on paper, on a whiteboard or somewhere where you can see it, right? And then you can be like, all right, here are my key components. Again, what's the 4% concept? The 4% concept is about focusing on the most potent key activities in the most important areas of your business and your life, right? That produce most of the results in that area. So where most people are focusing 96% of their attention on stuff that might only produce 4% of the results, we want to flip that model. We want to focus on the reverse. Make sense, right? Okay, makes sense, Dalton says. Okay, so I want to learn about the industry. Okay, what's happening? What's going on? You want to stay on the cutting edge. Next, okay, a lot of people are affiliate marketers, so I want to learn about my company. Okay, what's going on within a company? You want to stay plugged in. Okay, for whatever company's products you're representing, if you are in affiliate marketing, or if you run your own company, for example. Okay, what's going on? If you're selling insurance products, what's going on in the industry? What's going on in your company? Are there new products? Are there do the products change? Is there anything new that you might represent because of the changes of the industry? See, companies usually, if the company is plugged into the industry, for me, this is huge, right? Because we're not gonna accomplish and make our vision come to life here in 4% on a big global scale, which is ever evolving, right? If we don't stay plugged in to this, okay, then the industry, now what we do in the company here, it follows what's going on in the industry. Because how you make money, right, you gotta, again, this is key number one, is you serve the industry, okay? So that's why you've got to stay plugged into your company. If you guys are watching this and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to promote this company and this company and this company, and I think I'm just going to be like, I've got to have multiple streams of income or whatever, but you're completely getting it wrong, right? You think just because you have 10 things that you're promoting, that's your multiple streams of income. It's dumb, right? It's not congruent. You're just running on a treadmill, right? You might make a few bucks here and there. But there is no synergy. There is no scale. There is no momentum, right? There is no. You got to create a force, that invisible force behind what it is that you do that will carry you, right? And then when momentum takes over, so I want to focus. It's like driving in a stick shift car, right? If I go first gear, you go so fast, and then your engine starts to ray, right? So you shift up and you go higher gear, you go faster, but the car engine works not as hard, right? Okay, focus on the accountable. Focus and be accountable to yourself, Phyllis says. Okay, so then, right, I've got to do this. I've got to focus on products. Okay, I got to focus on products. When when you take a look at a company that again, right now for me, right, I look at now that we create products and we're looking, okay, where do we want to go, right? It's not about the number of products that you can sell or promote out there. It's about creating synergy, right? So I study and have been for at least a few years now studying companies that are huge in the industry, right? Because I want to build something that's going to be my legacy here. And so I don't know everything. So I'm gonna literally not. I'm gonna study by watching, right? Taking a look at really what's going on. So, company like Apple, right? When Steve Jobs came back, before he came back, the company was failing, was tanking. They had like 30 or 40 different products. It was a mess, right? He came out and he did what? He slashed all the products, right? So it's not about the quantity, it's about quality. So if I'm serving, okay, a particular industry and I'm in a particular company, again, it can be, I know a lot of affiliate marketers are watching this, so you guys can relate to however you can see this information fitting into what you're doing, but I promise you can fit it in there as well. Products, okay, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to identify at least, so industries, I'll just tell you what we're doing here in the 4%, right? So industries, for example, if I take an industry such as affiliate marketing, it's an industry, okay? Millions of people out there. And so our company, okay, we want to know, we want to identify how can we serve that particular industry. Now, a little bit later on, we want to expand to multiple industries. That's a different topic for a different story. That's compounding and that kind of thing. But on a micro level, right, a company such as 4%, what we're doing here, we've identified one industry that we start with, which is affiliate marketing. How can we make the biggest breakthrough for most people, help most people create a breakthrough for themselves in that industry, which is affiliate marketing, okay? So through the company, okay, and by the way, you are your own company, right? So you gotta apply this information to your stuff. Products, then we take a look at, okay, what products do we promote? So we have all these different products that we can be, that we can be creating, selling, but what's the most important, most potent stuff for that industry, for one user, okay? If you identify that, okay, if this is your customer or prospect and he's on your list, okay, I want to study what's going on, okay, what's he getting bombarded with, what are his challenges. Then the company that I'm either building or I'm a part of as an affiliate marketer, what kind of products can I serve him that would be the most potent, most results producing, and without overwhelm, right? So if I can identify myself and put myself in a category to where because this guy knows, right? You guys know. He's getting bombarded because of the industry. He's getting overwhelmed. If I can simplify that down for him, okay? And I can say, okay, here are the 3 products that I'm going to talk to you about. And you can literally tune out everything else. You can eliminate all the other noise, everything else that you're getting bombarded. Literally put yourself in this box right here for the next 6 months, for the next year, okay? Literally separate yourself from the world, okay? If you believe, and this is, you got to have that belief in what you do, that company, to make sure that you can really serve him, okay, and really help him get the results. If you have that confidence, okay, he will have the faith in you to the degree that you are confident in yourself and your ability, okay? So in order for me to be confident in my stuff, I got to know what products I'm promoting, don't I? Okay? So you accelerate your learning by being smart in this area by knowing what it is you're promoting. So many people out there, you guys, okay? So many people out there that I see, especially affiliate marketers, they'll just promote a product. They have no clue what they're promoting. Zero idea what they're promoting, okay? The only thing they know about the product is how much money they're gonna make, okay? If the company, and a lot of companies might require them to buy the product so they can promote it or whatever the case might be, the only reason they're buying that product is so that they can resell the product, okay? And that's like the bottom of the barrel kind of a level, okay? You don't want to be that guy or gal. You want to know what the product is. You want to be the product of the product, because in that situation, right, I will have the confidence in my product, okay? And if I'm confident in what I'm doing, if I'm confident about the product, my confidence will be picked up by my customer or my prospect, okay? And so he will buy based on my confidence and my invisible, that moral authority that I have, okay? Right now, it's easier than ever for me to win in this space, and for you if you're smart, because so many people, your competition, they're completely getting this stuff wrong, okay? Make sense, everybody, so far? okay, know how to use it inside out, right? Okay, so again, I want to move on to the next thing. So I want to, I want to know that. Now, what else? Okay, what else do I need to know? So let me break this down for you. Okay, you've got about 30 to 60 minutes a day, and you can stack your time. So if I highly recommend that every entrepreneur get yourself a membership into a gym, or maybe if you live like, dude, it's getting like rainy here, it's getting cold in my state, Midwest. I can't be outside all the time, right? So get your butt in the gym, okay, and get your blood moving. Make it a priority. Make yourself a rule that you're gonna break a sweat through some sort of a physical exercise every single day. I think if you're an entrepreneur, I think it's a must. I don't have like this. This is not it's not like a validated theory of mine or whatever. But I can tell you this from my experience. I get my best ideas. I get my best. I'm at my best, most optimum level of performance, right? Mentally, from my physical stuff. And I've been on both sides, right? So I think your mental energy will come from your physical energy, okay? So again, stack up your time, okay? You don't have to be like, all right, I'm gonna just sit on my computer here. I'm gonna learn this. You can do this in the gym if you want to, right? You can do this at a jog. You can do this through some sort of a run. Get out there and do something physical. So you can do this. Now these things, okay, the industry and the company. This stuff, then you can group it, right? And you can, okay, how can you get the most information? So if the company provides maybe a regular update, maybe webinars, you want to stay plugged in. Again, it's not about the quantity of companies that you represent, calling yourself an entrepreneur or whatever, right? It's about the quality, all right? So you would be much better off narrowing your focus down, exactly what Apple did, right? From representing and trying to sell 40 different products. They're like, all right, here is our industry, okay, here is our customer. What that customer wants, we're gonna give it to him, and they narrowed it down to like 3 or 4 products. Boom, the company exploded, right? Same thing in your stuff, okay? You wanna make sure, whatever company, stay focused on that company. You only got 24 hours in a day. Your attention span is only so much. And guess what? If you are scattered in your attention span, guess what? Your customers or your prospects will have that same feeling, and you'll have people that will be like, dude, they'll be all over the place, okay? So you want to do this for yourself, and then ultimately for everybody else that follow you, because you are your own company. Okay, so then I also want to accelerate my learning, you guys, huge in marketing. Okay? This right here, my friends, is the easiest category to win in right now. Most people are like, dude, it's easy. We don't have to learn marketing much. You will fail if you think like that, okay? Guaranteed, with a capital G. Did you know that Facebook is now going backwards? When it comes to marketing, okay, right now, it takes 400% more money. It costs 400% higher, more cost to advertise on Facebook than it used to be just a few years ago, okay? People that rely on, well, I'm just gonna get my leads on Facebook, and that's your own thing. I was telling you, man, I'm going to tell you guys this. The days are coming to where you will start to go backwards. Okay? If you're promoting something, whatever products you're promoting, your products or somebody else's products, doesn't matter. And if you're relying on marketing tactics that are being taught a year ago, 2-3 years ago, and you're so limited in your scope of marketing, what is marketing? It's traffic and conversions. That's marketing umbrella, right? You got traffic and conversions here. Okay? TNC. All right, that's it. Traffic and conversions. Nothing else matters. Okay? How do you get traffic? How do you convert it into leads and sales? Period. You've got to know that. Okay? Okay? Now, when I say it's easy to win nowadays, because most people are not doing that kind of stuff. Your competition, they're just going with the flow, right? They're like, I'm just going to send traffic to whatever my product landing page is. I'm going to try to buy clicks. They're so disconnected with what's really going on. They don't know their numbers, and they're slowly going backwards, and then they're like waking up. Dude, I'm broke, right? I'm broke. Whereas smart entrepreneurs, okay, they handle this stuff. Accelerate your learning. Right now, with all this stuff that's going on, you got to know what's going on in the marketing world. And I'll tell you this. If you're relying on Facebook, majority of people are, because everybody and their dog is training on Facebook right now, right? Because those people don't know any better, right? Because it's like the talk of the industry or whatever with all the news and all. But the reality is Facebook is slowly starting to go backwards. The costs are up. Facebook is making more money, right? They just came out with another device. They're making money. They have to, right? So marketing dollars are. So think about it like this: cost 4 times more money to advertise than it used to 2 years ago on Facebook right now. Okay, 4 times more money. With other networks are coming out, people are moving from one place. So you gotta understand marketing. Okay, I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. I told you guys I have a master class coming up. If you are interested, we're gonna talk about it. But this is pillar number 1. Okay, accelerate your learning. You've got to accelerate your learning. So this stuff right here, if I'm an entrepreneur, I'm gonna break down my day. All right, I'm gonna break down my day. I'm gonna say, all right, I'm gonna dedicate X amount of time here. This can be done in a single webinar or on a weekly basis. You just stay plugged in, okay? If you have a product that you're promoting, don't promote products you don't own. You guys, it's my recommendation, my suggestion. If you're promoting products, I don't care what it is, unless it's like a light bulb, but I don't think people watching this show are selling light bulbs here, right? If you're promoting some sort of an improvement product in whatever industry, if you're selling life insurance, if you're selling real estate, dude, you've got to be the product of the product. If you sell annuities, you better own one, man, and you better own a huge one. Okay? If you're selling life insurance, you better have lots of it. Okay? If you're selling some sort of an info product, you better know that product like the back of your hand. Okay? You better use the product. You better be, that evangelist for the product, not necessarily how much money you can make by selling the product, but the product itself, because that's your longevity. Okay? Okay, so makes sense, right, everybody? Okay. All right, so take a look at this. So if this is going to take me another, put a time on it, right? Maybe 2 hours a week or something like that. Okay? 2 hours a week, or whatever that number might be. Okay, so break it down on a daily basis. Most of your attention should be focused here. Okay, this should be at least 2 to 3 hours a day. Okay, 2 to 3 hours a day. Don't listen to anybody who tells you you don't want to learn. You got to implement. Okay, what are you going to implement on? If you don't have the right knowledge to implement, you will be implementing the wrong stuff. You can be taking massive action, following the wrong blueprint without the proper awareness, right, or the right awareness. So you're going to be running 100 miles an hour, moving away from your goal, right, as opposed to towards your goal. Make sense? So I want to accelerate my learning. When it comes to marketing, this should be your main focus. Okay? A lot of people focus more here than here because it's easier. It makes you feel good. This is not sexy, but this is what's going to get you paid. Okay? Combine all these things, you have component number 1 taken care of in how do you engineer your success. Your competition is not going to do that. Most of you guys watching this, you're not going to do that. Okay? But there's going to be 1 or 2 people here watching this show, this particular episode. You will do that. And you'll be like, all right, dude, I'm going to literally get serious about this. I'm going to map this out. I'm going to get myself a big old plan or whatever, however your system might look like. And you're going to draw the line in the sand, and you say, I'm going to do this. And guess what? You're going to win. You're going to run circles around your competition. Make sense? Okay? I don't expect everybody to do this because most people in the world, they will not do this. But because of that, so much easier for me to win. Okay? You take this for what it's worth for you. I don't care. Okay? Component number 2 is this. Okay? Component number 2 is, write this down. Nothing beats hard work. Okay? Nothing beats hard work, my friend. Nothing. Nothing. Okay? The notion of outsourcing and the 4-hour week and do nothing and get is 2019 or 2018 or 2020, whatever the year might be, right? We don't have to work, blah, 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 blah. Show me anybody who has built anything significant without hard, unsexy work, okay? There's this concept, there's this thing called front stage. A lot of people fall into that trap. Front stage, okay, versus backstage. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody in the showbiz? Anybody in like theater and stuff like that? Okay. Let's see, what are you guys talking about? Okay, we might have nothing beats hard work. Okay, nothing. You guys don't listen to anybody who tells you otherwise, because they're pulling you. They'll kill your goals. Okay, don't listen to anybody like that. A lot of people, all right, a lot of ignorant people fall into this trap: front stage, backstage, and we can see this taking place a lot on like social media, right? So your Instagram posts, right? Facebook posts. Everybody portrays this facade, okay? That this is easy. Entrepreneurship is easy. I'm just gonna click a couple buttons, make a whole bunch of money, raking in all that stuff. That's the front stage, okay? And so a lot of people that are ignorant about what it really takes, they don't know that. Well, first of all, most of those people are fake anyways, right? But the real successes, they have a backstage. That's their workshop. That's what nobody sees. Okay, that's the 11 p.m. Implementation, right? That's the 1 a.m. thinking sessions. That's waking up at 3 a.m. in the morning thinking, what am I gonna do? Entrepreneur does not have a set hours of work. Entrepreneur is part of your life. If you call yourself an entrepreneur, it's part of you. It's like your family life. There is no difference between, okay, all right, this is going to be my dinner time here, my family time. Entrepreneur is constantly in your head. How many of you guys can relate to this? See, this is the real truth, man. And if you don't have that, if you're like, all right, I'm going to disconnect and I'm going to focus on this now, but you're this stuff right here, it kind of goes, you tune out from this in the back of your head subconsciously, you're not really entrepreneur. That's my thinking on it anyways. That's my theory on it, okay? That's like an employee. So if I'm an employee and I go to, a factory and I build computers, okay? And, and I just stand on production line and that's all I have to do really is just whatever I do that, those 8 hours in a day, and I go home, that's it. I don't think about that. That's not my thing. That's not my business. I don't care about that, right? I traded hours for dollars. I'm done, okay? Done. If I'm an entrepreneur, and if you're really building towards something that you are excited about, there is no stopping, okay? There is no stopping. So you don't count hours. You don't, it's constantly there. Okay, when you're driving in a car, your subconscious is working. You're fishing for ideas, right? You're like, you get yourself to a point to where it just becomes just who you are. You develop this what I call entrepreneur eye and entrepreneur's ear, entrepreneur's instincts, right? You develop entrepreneur's behavior, and that is this. I can be hanging out with my family and I might spot something, and that something just triggers an idea. I'm like, all right, dude, this is great for what I'm trying to do over here. See, when you get yourself conditioned that way, your subconscious mind always works. It's like your heart is beating. It never stops. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to be like, all right, I got to think about my heart to beat now, so I'm going to think about it. No, that's consciously, right? So conscious. Again, not very many people can and will relate to this, okay? But I'll tell you this, man, your backstage, okay? Your backstage is completely the opposite of your front stage, okay? This is ugly. This is the desk with a whole bunch of stuff on it. This is what you do here, okay? This is what you implement in the products. This is where you become the product of the product. This is where you're like, all right, okay, now your front stage is what other people see, okay? But I'll tell you guys, nothing beats hard work. This also goes true for implementing this as well, okay? Again, I don't want don't want to talk too much about this, okay? Because I don't want the show to go for longer than an hour. Okay, makes sense, everybody, so far, right? So what I want to do here, okay, is I want my work, my hard work, to be turned into smart work, okay? Make sense? So what I want to do here is my hard work, I want to do this, okay? I want to create marketing systems. Okay, so I want to create marketing systems. Part of that, you guys can see this, right? So marketing systems, this is where I strategize, okay? Because I want my hard work to eventually turn into smart work, but that hard work never stops, because whatever I'm working on now, okay? If this is my block that I'm working on now, see, if I want to get over here, okay, I go into blocks, right? So whatever this block is, this block, this set of activities that I'm working on, it's building towards this next block that gets me closer to my end destination, okay? So the work that I'm doing here, this work will be over here as well, okay? But I don't want to repeat this work that I've done in this block over here, okay? So what I'm doing today, my hard work will turn into smart work, graduating into my next set of activities here, okay, for my next phase in my business. I'm not sure if I'm making sense though. I feel like I'm losing some people here as far as like, making sure that you guys follow me. Let me know in the comments if this is making sense to you, right? There is phases in business. There's phases in what we do, okay? If you're watching this and if you don't relate to this, I can tell you this. You're probably just, I'll tell you like it is. You're probably just a wandering generality, right? And you don't have structure in your business. As an affiliate marketer, you've got to have structure. Okay, that's how you win. Making sense? Thank you, Patricia. Okay, Marilyn. Okay, great. Okay, so we're working phases. We're working blocks. Okay, hard work will always be there. Don't get me confused. And some people are like, well, Vic, whatever, dude. You got to enjoy life. Totally, man. I'm totally about enjoying life and all that stuff. But you will not build anything significant in anything without working smart, turn it to working hard, turn that to working smart, right? And then my hard work here, okay, your income grows, your that internal reward, that what you're doing that is actually, you're getting closer to your end destination, right? So that internal satisfaction grows as well. So everything grows, but your hard work continues. It's just that your activities become systems, okay? So I want to create marketing assets. When we're talking about marketing here, what you're learning, accelerate your growth. Ignorant people, they'll never get it, because ignorant people start over every single day. Smart people, they turn their hard work in marketing, traffic generation, they create marketing assets. They create follow-up assets, right? They create content assets that can be monetized later. So the work that they did here, in this block, it's all monetization. So in this block, they're working, it's like in the car. You go from first gear to second gear, so you go faster, you get better results with less stress and less effort, okay? But you still work hard, just in different areas, okay? Hopefully that makes sense. I like to work, Phyllis says. It totally makes sense. Okay, great. Okay, great. Okay, so marketing systems, what else? Okay, you guys are here with me. I'm getting this, man. Okay, Cameron, great. Okay, so here's something else that I gotta work hard in. Okay, I wanna work hard creating my marketing systems, right? I wanna also work hard on my mental stuff. Okay, really, really, really important, man. Really important. 80% of your success will be mental in business. Okay, 80%. Okay, for me, I think your physical self is a key component to this pillar here, okay? Pillar number 2. Because for me at least, and for a lot of entrepreneurs that I know as well, your physical feeds your mental, okay? Your mental, how smart you are, right? How entrepreneurial minded you are, that will dictate where you're going to be here, because you've got to be, don't you guys agree that like nobody's being born mentally fit? You know, you're like, oh dude, no, nothing's going to get me. Dude, it's like a muscle, you work it, right? So to the degree that you work on your noggin over here, right, the 6 inches between your ears, because that is really your business. It's really, really important, okay? So we've got to understand, because that will feed this, okay? Because this stuff, if you don't got anything here, you will not have anything on your screen and in your bank account, okay? So for me, all these three things are connected. And now these things are connected to these things here. Now, check it out. Here's component number 3, okay? Component number 3, I'll just put it here. I'm going to be like all over the board here. Okay, so key component number 3 to engineering your success is this. Okay? To get more, you've got to give more. If you want more, you've got to give more. Okay? Let me explain to you what that means. The landscaping of marketing changes. Okay? If you're promoting a product right now, if you're like, dude, I got this affiliate product I'm pushing, all I got to do is just buy some traffic, whatever, you're going to be, dude, you're going to be knocked out. Like, it's a guarantee. All right? Just a matter of time, maybe. You know, if you even manage to stand up. See what I'm saying? Most people don't even stand a chance to even get knocked out, right? But check it out. I said in the beginning, today it's much easier to win than ever before. Because with so much information flowing, with so much available to us, people are distracted, people are scattered all over the place, right? And people go always, throughout time, throughout history, throughout any any industry you take a look at, you study that, people always majority of people tend to take the road of least resistance. Okay, whatever is easier, I'm just gonna go that way. But there is a problem. If you do what the masses are doing, you'll have what the masses are having. And so if you take a look at what the masses are having, and you can do that by being tuned into the industry, okay, and you'll see what is going on the mass level, on a macro level, right? Then you'd be like, all right, dude, I don't wanna do what the masses are doing, right? So what the masses are doing is the road of least resistance. They're ignorant. So if I don't have something, if I'm lacking knowledge, if I'm lacking this right here, if I'm lacking this, if I'm lacking this, if I'm lacking awareness of what's going on here, and if this is my customer right here, or my prospect, okay, dude, if I'm lacking, okay, how can I serve this guy? If I don't have nothing, there is nothing I can give to him. But you know who he's going to do business with? He's going to do business with somebody who is sharp, okay? Somebody who can give him something and who can demonstrate that it's worth doing business with him. Again, unless you're selling like light bulbs, okay? If this dude wants to buy a light bulb, he doesn't care about your expertise or your knowledge. He just wants to get a light bulb. Most of us, however, watching this show, we're not selling light bulbs. We're selling some sort of an improvement offer. Any niche. If you're in insurance, check it out, okay? If you want to get more, you've got to give more. Be knowledgeable about the industry. Talk to him about the industry. Talk to him about the company. Talk to him about products. Get to know him, okay? You want to make sure that you understand marketing. How do you get closer to your prospect and deliver more value? So how do you win in marketing right now? Okay, you create ecosystem in marketing. Okay, gone are the days, you guys, where you can just tap into a traffic source and just rely on that traffic source 100% to feed you for the rest of your life. Okay, it's gone. Okay, it will be, people that do that kind of stuff, they'll be history, in business. They'll go backwards. Okay, again, Facebook users, okay, they're actually going reverse right now. So how I win is I want to create systems, okay? I want to create marketing systems, and I want to create my own, as I talked about in one of the previous episodes, I want to create my own blue ocean, okay? Red ocean, blue ocean. I take this guy from red ocean, I put him in my blue ocean, and I serve him in my blue ocean, and I win, okay? Look, I don't expect everybody to get this. Let it marinate in your head, okay? Ask yourself this, do yourself a test. Literally write down all the, based on the industry that you're in, okay? Real estate, insurance, internet marketing, if you're an affiliate marketing promoting some sort of a product, can you or do you have something of value that you can deliver to this guy? And write out everything that you could deliver to him, everything you could talk about, okay? And if you if you find yourself, I can't really talk about much because I really don't know much. And you don't know that unless you really put yourself on that stage, you know what I mean? Then you really start to realize what you got. You know, you can't really fool nobody except yourself. But I'm telling you guys, people that are following what the masses are doing, they will always have what the masses have, which is nothing. Okay? They'll be running on fumes. People that will create the biggest difference for their families, in their bank accounts, in their lives, in the industry and companies that they serve, will be people who understand these three things. Okay? Number one, accelerate your learning in the areas that really make that really matter, right? Most potent. Organize your accelerated learning so that you don't overwhelm yourself. Okay? We talked a little bit about, make sure that you have your day broken down and you just follow that plan. When you do this, okay, this is action right here. If you don't have this in place, your actions are all over the place. Okay, you're scattered all over the place. It's like being blindfolded and try to shoot a target. Okay, if you get lucky, you might hit it once in a great while, but most of the time you won't. Okay, so this follows this, and then as you do this, this becomes easy. Okay, my friends, 3 things, and you can engineer your success in any industry, any company, anything you're doing. Make sense? Okay, appreciate you guys. If you're interested in actual implementation and all that stuff, check out what we've got going on in the 4%. We have a program that's coming out called the 4% Success Challenge for affiliate marketers. Again, you know, if you just take this information for what it's worth for you and go apply it, I promise you, if you take this to heart, you will take your stuff to the next level. If you will, are watching this, if you're not a part of the 4%, feel free to create yourself an account. We'll get together and we'll put you guys through the program called the 4% Success Challenge. Walks you through the entire thing. It's an implementation program. You can get more information later. Regardless, hey, this is what it is, and again, become somebody who will be determined and committed to your personal success. Make that decision. If I can serve you, I'm here. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, God bless. Be awesome.